Well, we've got a special treat for you, and I do mean that literally. Let's go ahead and send you over to Brian and Trina.
One of my very favorite topics, food.
Food. You can't go wrong with food.
This is Chef Eric Gruber. He comes to us from Shore Lodge. He brings 20 years culinary experience. Is that right?
It's a lot of years.
That is, and today you're going to talk to us about a meal if you don't want to head out for Valentine's Day. Why not cook something at home for your sweetheart?
Absolutely. It's a very easy dish. We always do potatoes in Idaho, so this is another potato dish that we do. This is a sweet potato apple hash. We're going to serve it today with a pan-roasted duck breast. So we have sweet potatoes, onions, leeks, carrots, and green apples, a little fresh sage, salt, and pepper. So hot pan, little oil in there. We're going to add the items that take the longest to cook first. We have pre-cooked our our carrots and our sweet potatoes. So we're going to put our onions, leeks, and apples.
How important is skillet temperature? I see you keep adjusting that.
I don't want to burn anything, and I only have 3.5 minutes, so I try to time it correctly.
For folks at home who may have a little more time.
I would say medium-high heat.
So you got your standard oven, electric top, whatever. And
correct. I'd put it on medium-high. Correct.
So like
7-ish.
Okay.
Is probably good. And it's going to take just a couple minutes. You want some texture on there. You don't overcook them. So, and then in the meantime, while you're cooking that, we pre-cooked a duck breast, but you could roast it in a pan, finish it in the oven. That's about a 7 or 8 minute cook time. 3 to 4 minutes on your apple hash. So timing is key.
I know that one thing they say about the Shore Lodge is that with you being in charge, you always try to use items or menu items that a lot of locally grown stuff.
Absolutely. Summertime is great. We have tons of local farmers, local cheeses. So summertime, we go out, we find heirloom tomatoes. We have some guys in Riggins that grow berries for us, tons of huckleberries. Springtime's coming up, so we have local asparagus. We have morel mushrooms as soon as the snow melts. So our goal in life in McCall is to find locally grown food from Idaho or the Northwest. I mean, that is our whole goal. So wintertime, we look to Eastern Oregon, Eastern Washington. Summertime, the world opens up.
And on February 14th, we were talking about you can cook this at home, but February 14th, you guys are doing a special Valentine's Day dinner. We're
going to do, in Narrows, we're going to do a special Valentine's menu. We've got elk coming in, we've got pheasant coming in, we've got salmon, we've got everything as local that we can. We're going to do a beautiful 4-course dinner in Narrows, starting at 5 o'clock till we close.
All right, and how are we doing on this?
We're doing well.
We have the ingredients, so if you want to grab your pen, we have the ingredients for this dish. And again, you say it's easy to do, even for people like me that can't cook very well.
It's very easy to do. You're cutting up your vegetables. Again, your carrots and your sweet potatoes we pre-cook, so just a little boiling water, cook them for 7 or 8 minutes together, and then have everything ready, and then when dinner's close, everybody gets home.
And you did wait to put those into the pan.
Correct. You're going to cook your longest cooking first. So the apples are raw, the onions and the leeks are raw, so those go in 2 or 3 minutes before, and basically all you have to do is reheat your sweet potatoes and your carrots. We added salt and pepper. I mean, this is pretty much done. We're going to finish this. I love liquor, so I'm going to cook with some booze. So we're going to add a little brandy to that.
Oh, wow. I wish that you guys could be here to smell this. It smells absolutely wonderful.
A little fresh sage. And we always remember the 3 rules of French cooking. Butter, butter, and more butter.
Oh.
We're going to go a pat of butter. We're not going to go overboard.
Now, is that what was in the pan to begin with before you...
That was actually duck fat. We cooked our duck in this same pan. I hate doing dishes, so I try to use as few pans as possible. So it's a nice way to make one less pan, but basically we just pan roasted our duck breast, and you always want to let your meat rest for 10 minutes or so. Helps keep it tender. So then we took the duck out of the pan.
And butter, not margarine.
I always use butter. I think butter is important in life.
So does my 4-year-old. He eats it plain. That's a good mom for you, huh?
So this is pretty much done. That's about how long it took. Again, we were about 8-10 minutes on the duck. We're about 3 or 4 minutes. There's a little ancho chili tea with some balsamic vinegar. This is how we cheat in restaurants to make things look pretty.
Now, you are doing a couples cooking course as well.
We are. On the 11th, that's a Friday, we're doing a couples cooking class where you bring in your sweetheart, and you get to cook with me for about 2 hours. And then when we finish up, we take all your prep that you did, and we make dinner out of it, and we serve you dinner paired with wine.
So you're saying even if, say it's a couple that maybe aren't great cooks, you're going to be supervising to make sure that their
I'm going to be in the kitchen,
great.
and we're gonna walk you through it. So you're gonna get professional instruction, and I will try not to yell, if that helps any. So don't be intimidated.
Does that happen?
All right, I'm out of here.
I
We'll
try
see
not
you
to. I
later.
try not to. And that's our roasted duck breast with sweet potato and apple hash, and then we did a little ancho chili tea on the bottom.
So again, that's coming
fantastic. Whoa.
up on the 14th. You're going
14th
to
is
have
Valentine's
a
dinner, and the 11th is the couples cooking class.
And where can people go to find that information?
It's called Shore Lodge, or go to the website, get the number, and they have all the information there for you. They take reservations and everything.
Wow, and coming up on KYUU in our next hour, turn it on over to that because we're going to be cooking Super Bowl wings. That's right, I'm excited. I'm a big Super Bowl fan, so there
Good.
you go. All right, thank you so much for being here, and we'll be right back. Now quickly, I tasted the duck breast and the sweet potato apple hash, and oh my goodness, huh, it's amazing.
I had a little bit of the hash. It is delicious.
Ooh,
fantastic.
Well, there you go, Shore Lodge.
Well, we have some tasty wings. I'm just going to go ahead and send it over to Trina so you can talk about them.
Joining us now is Executive Chef Eric Gruber. He comes to us from McCall, from the Winter Carnival going on up there. And you're talking wings this morning.
Well, we got Super Bowl coming up, so these are I guess a Nouvelle wing. So this is not your traditional wing. The key to the wing is we brine the wings overnight, which is 4 cups water, 1 cup sugar, ½ cup salt, and just soak the wings or any chicken in that overnight about 12 hours.
What does that do?
It brings flavor into it. So chicken, relatively dry. It's definitely not a filet mignon. So what you do is the brine will pull sugar and salt and water into the wing. So you can manipulate, you can use maple syrup instead of sugar, you can use honey, you can kind of play with those flavors and what you want to add to it. And that gives you a really nice, sweeter wing. Then we basically just boil the wing for about 10 minutes or so it's fully cooked. Then you can stop, you can do that 2 days ahead of time. So you've got your big bowl of wings ready to go. Then we've got a small fryer, fries for about 4 or 5 minutes, and it's done. It's that quick and simple.
And this is
I'm sorry, but I'm fixated on this brining. Now that's the secret why when you go out to a restaurant and they taste so different. Maybe that's what
Correct. We brine
okay.
pork and chicken and turkey. When you go to your grandma's house on Thanksgiving, and the turkey is just bone dry. It's because she didn't brine it. So you got to tell. You got to brine your turkey every time.
All right, well, I'm going to make sure my wife finds out about this.
Say it politely though, because you don't want to get in trouble.
And one other thing, I mean, deep fat frying, that can make anything great.
It's the restaurant secret. You get the inside scoop on how to make restaurant food good. So there's no batter or anything, so it's a lot lighter than it sounds. You could do this in a pan if you wanted to. I mean, you could take a saute pan, a little bit of oil, forget about the deep fryer, just saute them up. They're already fully cooked, so all you have to really do is heat them.
You know, on that note, if you're deep frying something like a chicken wing that's not battered, how much of the oil will be absorbed into the wing?
It would be about the same as if you sauteed it. There's not really any difference to it. I mean, high heat, as soon as it goes in there, it sears the outside. You're not going to just impart oil. It's not as greasy as it sounds. If you have batter and you've got flour and those type of things, that's when they get really heavy.
So
These
really
are
doesn't
health
flour on
nuts.
it.
From a health standpoint, it doesn't add that much to the calorie intake.
Yeah, I mean, if you cook in a pan, it's not that much different.
All right.
So, as long as you stay away from the batter, and like I said, no flour, no batter on these. So basically, that's it. So it's about a 4 or 5 minute. You can see how the sugar caramelizes on there, gives it beautiful, beautiful color, and that's from the brine, and that's the key to it. So we've got one order here. So we did a little Korean vinaigrette, which is a lot of garlic and a lot of ginger, sesame oil. I think we're going to put the recipe on the website. You basically pour that vinaigrette out over.
There it is right there.
And there's the wing. And then we have a little green onions here, because green is pretty. And then we have a little sour cream or creme fraiche on a plate.
So that's straight sour cream.
This is creme fraiche, which is French sour cream.
Oh, okay.
Same idea, though.
Now, if you're up at the McCall Winter Carnival and you still want to enjoy the Super Bowl, you guys are having a party.
We have a huge movie theater in the hotel, and it's full HD. And we're going to show the Super Bowl in the movie theater, and we've got our bar menu with full drink and food.
Oh my
Hopefully
goodness!
And it's an amazing. It's like sitting in a movie theater and watching the Super Bowl in full HD. It's unbelievable.
And also events coming up at the Shore Lodge. We also have a couples cooking class.
Correct. That's on the 11th, and you're going to cook with me, and we're going to make some Valentine's themed food for a couple hours, and then you get to sit down, and we will feed you all the food you just prepped and pair that with wine.
Wow! And then on Valentine's Day, you can actually go up and have, you don't have to do the cooking, he'll do the cooking.
Correct. In the Narrows, we always do a beautiful, beautiful 4 or 5 course Valentine's Day dinner.
Wow. well, this just smells great. We are going to eat these wings. I hate to,
I'm going to start
you know,
right now, I think.
brag here, but the last things, and we had the sweet potatoes earlier. They were fantastic. We will have these recipes on our website as well. So thank you so much for being here, Chef Gruber.
Thanks for having me.
Super Bowl party up in the McCall Winter Carnival. And just on a side note, who are you going for the Super Bowl?
Still the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Still holding out for the Raiders.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to make it.
Maybe not, but maybe next year.
Okay.
Super Bowl 2011.
We will be right back with your business headlines.
And these are delicious, too.